All right, let's try that again. Good morning. This is the second attempt to go live for housing, excuse me, housing data here in LAVEEN. So thank you for joining me. Welcome to, my name is Javy, and today we're going to be talking about the market in LAVEEN. So every morning we essentially go and talk about what's going on with the specific local markets in the Phoenix, Arizona area. We do this every morning, and we're actually going to be doing all the cities over again in May because we do this every month. So we're going to be talking about LAVEEN. Let's go over the active under contract close numbers. Let's go see what's going on with the average sales price and if it's going up, med, downward, and more importantly, what's the predictions that I'm anticipating, or at least the predictions for where I see the market going. So this video is really to bring value to potential home buyers or maybe people who currently own a home and just want to get a good idea of what that value looks like. Please know I am an active realtor, and if you want to hire me for your next home purchase, or you're potentially thinking about getting a value in your home, my information is below. Sorry, I got to plug myself. I know. I'm a business. I got to plug myself. Let's get to it. Yep. So first, let's start off with the MLS numbers and figure out just get a good pulse of what's going on. Hope everybody's having a good Thursday today. Woke up, I've been sick, and I guess I'm getting better, but sometimes you get worse and then you get better. I don't know. So I was feeling better, but then suddenly I feel like I'm not getting better. I don't know if that makes sense. But anyways, let's focus on there. While I'm typing this, know that if you have a city that I haven't done and you have a recommendation or a request, you can always leave a comment below, and I'm happy to oblige. Active, there's about 123 houses currently for sale. Okay, not bad. Let's look at the under contract and pending numbers. 88. Actually, I'm impressed because usually I see that and it's really far off from the active numbers. So far, not bad. And let's look at the closed listings in the last 31 days. We have 51. Okay, so that would have been scary, but it looks like there is a kind of resurgence happening. I'm curious to see how many of these are new builds, because yesterday I did Santan, and I have to tell you, I was really concerned with what I saw in Santan. I saw, excuse my coughing. I saw, oh, my wife is texting me. Give me 1 second, y'all. Hey, this is live, so stuff like this happens. Be right back. Hey man, when the boss calls, you answer, okay? Okay, so we're seeing a increase of demand happening. I was gonna look at the new build and see what's going on there. 46 of them are new builds. So what would be half would be 60. So good chunk of them are actually new builds. How much of the under contract ones are new builds? 19. Okay, so they make the majority of the active listings, but the minority of the pending ones. What does that say? It says it's probably that the new builds are having a hard time selling, and definitely if you're thinking or considering new builds, hit them hard. But anyways, let's move on. Let's type this into the data here. 123 active houses, 88 currently under contract, and 51 that have closed in the last 31 days. It's worth noting, once again, that a large percentage of the active houses are, I think it's a little bit less than half, was new builds, but a minority of the pending houses are new builds. So there's definitely a little bit of an inflation of new builds happening right now in LAVEEN. If they were not there, I think it would be a little bit of a healthier-ish market. Not as inflated, not as many sales, but I'm already kind of seeing that little bit of a slight inflation there. But let's look into the historic numbers just to get a little better idea of what's happening here. Okay. Active in LAVEEN right now. I mean, we have our basic Scroll down to LAVEEN. We have our basic boom here, the COVID boom. The tippy top was about 520K in mid 2022. Jeez Louise, you can't imagine paying over 500K for a starter home in LAVEEN. That's crazy. Then we had a drop, and now we're having a slight, just steady increase. But if you see the line here, it's kind of flatlining a bit, right? You have to kind of follow the trend there. So like, let me see if I can just do this real quick. You guys should see it because I think it's you see that? Yeah, you guys can see that. So kind of follow the midline, like it's kind of like doing that a little bit, you know what I mean? So is that just me, or do you guys see that too? I know I see there's three people here, but I'm kind of seeing that, you know what I mean? Let's see if we can reduce the square footage. Maybe it's more prevalent with the smaller. Yeah, we can definitely see that a little more clear with the smaller square footage homes. I don't think there's many condos, but if I remove the condos, yeah. So I'm seeing, interestingly enough, kind of the increase is starting to kind of wean off a bit, which I want to start seeing this in other cities. I really would love to. There are certain cities where I'm just not seeing that. For example, if I uncheck this and check, like, I don't know, Chandler, it's still like steady going up. So I think what's happening in LAVEEN, just off the price, is it's starting to kind of chill out for a bit, which is fine. I don't want to see this exceed here. I was talking with a client. They did a consultation with me yesterday, and we were looking at Scottsdale, and Scottsdale actually exceeded, or the parts that I was looking at, not the condos. They exceeded, to take out the square footage, the peak of what that was. What was that? $10,000? There you go. Yeah, the 10,000 exceeded where it was in April 2022, which I haven't seen, which is crazy. But anyways, yeah, LAVEEN looks like it is a little bit cooling off, which isn't great news for sellers, or not great news if you bought here near the top. But I'm just reporting the numbers, okay? Don't get upset with me. Let's look at the under contract numbers too. Okay, so let's uncheck here. Only check LAVEEN. Okay. 2020. Interestingly enough, a lot of 2020 cities start like mid, and then they reduce. They go up, which is kind of happened here. They go up before the pandemic hit, and then when the pandemic hit, it goes down. Here, it's like started low, it went up a little bit, but it stayed low. 2021, of course, maintaining that lowness, which is common. This is what created this huge, massive thing, because we'll look at the under contract numbers right now. 2022, we should expect that big giant mountain that most cities went through, causing the price reductions. 2023, a lot of cities went just like this. 2023, they went down, and then it got a little bit more of a boost here. Then, interestingly enough, it stayed lower. 2024. Okay, so first thing I look at when it comes to active inventory, are we closer to the top, or are we closer to the bottom? I'd say 27, 206, 70, 100. I'd say we're closer to the top, and I think the way it's trending, that inventory is upward. It's going higher to that mountaintop. We're about more than halfway we were of active inventory growth, where we were approximately week 27, which would be what, 27 divided by 4 would be what, like 6, like June, July. Oh, it says July, duh. I don't know what I'm thinking, sorry. So July is when we got that, let's see, June, right here. So it's already, oh, sorry, July here. June, July is where we're at the absolute tip, right? So if that trend continues upward and demand is somewhat similar, then we should anticipate another one of these, right? So let's see what's going on with under contract. 2021, let's go 2020. just add that on there. Okay. 2020, we had that increase. We had there was like a little period, like right before when COVID hit and the pandemic, there was like suspicious of maybe the pandemic hit and it started where everyone just kind of froze and then just things went crazy. And this is what we usually see. So we see the drop and then we just see the demand stay high. 2021 should have remained high. 2022, it starts dipping, incongruent with the rise of inventory, created that price reduction here. And then 2023, we see that increase of demand, which created that little bit of a boom right here, and then that decrease slowly happening. Now, this is the big point here. It looks like, so first and foremost, it's safe to say it's the least amount of under contract sales there has been in the last 4 years. We're definitely on the bottom line here. We are approximately following the same trend that we did last year, with the main difference being our inventory numbers are actually going higher than we were last year. So the reason why I'm seeing this kind of like slowdown period is the inventory is going up, an upward trend. So there's more houses going on the market than there are buyers on the market, right? So it's kind of slowly morphing into a buyer's market, in my opinion, seeing what I'm seeing here. So overall, I'd say it's good news for buyers. I would say if you bought here at the top, hate to break it to you, I don't think you're going to be one of those cities that catch up here. So what I'm seeing here, I just realized, as usual, I didn't write the average sales price. Listen, I know there's 3 of you watching me live. You guys could have reminded me. Just saying. Let's see. 459, 448, and it's kind of, I would say, going up a little bit, but kind of staying around that range. And here's my prediction. So it's, I would say, morphing into a, let's say, competitive buyer market. So prices are going to continue to cool. Inventory will rise. Good news for buyers. Can you imagine if the world ended today and that's literally what our historians have to use as a indication of how LAVEEN was? Some like half-ass written prediction. So it's morphing into a competitive buyer's market. The prices are starting to cool off. Inventory is going up, but demand is starting to kind of drop a bit. So, I mean, pretty good news for buyers. Not great news for homeowners. So if you're looking to buy right now, I would say in LAVEEN, you want to be competitive. You want to be aware, or at least educating the sellers. Hey, dude, I don't know if you're aware of this, but prices are kind of starting trending downward. So you're not probably going to sell this house for top dollar. So if I'm giving you an offer, yes, I'm below list price, but it's going to be tough. Austin, I've seen your comments. I can't do Whitman. Whitman is kind of like I'm doing more of Metro Phoenix. I think Whitman's a little more further out for me, so I do apologize. Do I have access to Whitman? Let me see if I have access to it. Give me one sec. I do have access to Whitman. Austin, should I do Whitman? Austin, I feel like you're going to be the only viewer if I do Whitman. And Bush, I actually live in Litchfield Park, so I would love to do Litchfield Park. This is live from Litchfield Park right now. So I can do Litchfield Park for sure. Richard, girlfriend looking to sell her house in 85042. 85042. Have I done that one? Have I done 85042? That is South Phoenix. South Phoenix is interesting. I have to do South Phoenix because I think I was doing some research, and like South Phoenix was like the only one of the cities that are still like an upward trajectory in value. You know what I mean? So interesting. Richard, how about let me do. It's technically LAVEEN. Are you sure? Because it says it's Phoenix. It's right next to LAVEEN. So I would say this: LAVEEN is looking like it's more of a buyer's market. So meaning sellers are probably going to start losing value. I don't know if you watched the live, Richard, but I just went over it a little bit. But basically, I'm kind of seeing that kind of like cool off happening. But South Phoenix is different though. Let me show you. Okay. I know technically it's LAVEEN. I get it what you're saying, but let me see if I 5042 so I can show you. Okay, cool. Yeah, see, South Phoenix is a little bit. It's much. It looks much healthier. So all right, I'll do Whitman, Litchfield Park, South Phoenix. Definitely gonna add those. I might have to do a double one, today or tomorrow. I might have to do double. So LAVEEN isn't looking too great, but South Phoenix is. So first of all, I have to do a little more. If you Richard, my phone number is below. If your girlfriend is interested, I'm happy to do an evaluation for her. You know, that way she can get an idea of what her house is worth and where I think it's going. So just send me a text. I'm happy to do it on the house. And then of course, if you guys are looking to hire someone, I'd love to be considered, you know. But yeah, I think that's the best thing we can do for your girlfriend is actually give her an analysis on her house, not the zip code. For sure, no worries, man. I appreciate the opportunity. But we'll do Litchfield Park next. We'll do South Phoenix because I think this is worth noting too. We'll do Whitman as well, just for you, Austin. I might do it on a Saturday though. So, all right, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate this little community and how it's growing. Arizona Javy out. See you guys on the next one. Okay, see ya.